Hello Monster Jam fans and welcome back to another Monster Jam OCD video. Today I'm going to review Mix 9 of the 2020 164 scale Spin Master Monster Jam series. Well, welcome back everyone. Today is yet another Monster Jam OCD review video. This has been highly requested and I'm sorry I couldn't get it out any earlier. With Mix 9, we had some issues getting the full case for the before the shelf review from Spin Master, so I had to rely heavily on other people to help me get these trucks, and a couple did come from Spin Master, but I want to thank Monster Jam Action D1 for the Gravedigger Legacy trucks. I want to thank Jamie for the Max D Black, and I want to give a very special shout out to Andy and his sons Camden and Griffin for this very nice note and for supplying for free the Overcast Zombie. So that helped me get over the amount of trucks that I needed for this review, or all the trucks I needed for this review. And I guess we'll just start here with one of the least favorites of the case, as I usually do, which is the Monster Mutt Dalmatian from the Danger Divas. And I will be honest, Mix 9 is a little bit underwhelming as a full case. There's only a couple trucks in here that I would personally be buying if I wasn't doing full reviews like these. If I was not a variant collector and all that, all things considered, it would only be a couple trucks, because Mix 9 kind of had some of the not so good ones tossed in for the first case, which is unfortunate because I thought they would start off a little stronger. But Mix 9 features the Danger Divas Monster Mutt Dalmatian, which has pink rims, or almost a magenta color, gray chassis, and the same exact casting in ears as last year. And a new feature also of 2020 is the series number is now printed on the card for everyone collecting. They know what they're collecting now. And also you'll notice that it has French on it, so that Canada can actually receive these trucks faster than last year. They decided to tackle the idea of international distribution by adding all of the French writing as well as the English writing for both USA and Canada, so that the products can get out there quicker. That was a big thing, and I helped kind of push that idea to them, and I'm glad they actually compromised by doing this. I personally don't think it takes away from the cards. I haven't seen any complaints about it. I've actually seen a lot of positive reviews. So here we go. First unboxing of Mix 9 right now. And here is the Danger Divas 2020 Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And again, I'm honestly going to say that I don't agree with the choice of re-releasing this truck with just a new base and new pink rims. It does not warrant a new re-release. And I think that this one's not going to be the best of this case, or for pegs in particular stores. I think that they should have definitely tooled the ears down. And I know that that was a big thing about the community's request, was to have the ears down for Monster Mutt. They did give us correct Mohawk Warrior, but they could not give us the correct Dalmatian ears or other Mutt ears, I guess, for 2020. But maybe in the future we'll get the ears down. That's a really far away, distant thing, but I am hoping that next year, or maybe later this year, they'll do the ears down. But this release, just not a good one in my opinion. But it does have a gray chassis, these new pink rims, which are a drastic difference compared to the bright hot pink ones of the past with the Gravedigger and Wildflower release. So I like the rim color, great for customs, but everything else with this truck is exactly the same to the other ones that were released earlier this year. We also have the Mix 6 doubles one to compare, which actually is much better because it has the BKT printing. I would have loved this truck if the ears were still up. I wouldn't mind if they had the red beadlocks and gray rims, which Stone Crusher features in Mix 10 of this year. But yeah, they didn't get those out. It's kind of a lackluster release. I'm kind of upset about that one. So Monster Mutt Dalmatian, definitely my least favorite of Mix 9. It does come with its own style wristband here. You can see it has these studded collar diamond shapes like the actual collar of the Dalmatian. And if you look closely, it actually has detail of stitching on the edges. And then Monster Mutt Dalmatian logo in the actual molding, and then this Monster logo on both sides. And then we have Monster Mutt on the actual wristband as well. So Monster Mutt and then Monster Mutt Dalmatian on the back. So that's a pretty cool wristband. It's a pink color, kind of matches the rims pretty well. And the poster, which I have shown before, is Mix 9 pretty much. All the posters will be only their mixes in the single packs. So you'll see only the mix of the truck you just got. So Mix 9, I have shown this off in great detail with the Aurelius Dragonoid review. And then we have Great Clips Mohawk Warrior on the back of the poster. And then speaking of Aurelius Dragonoid, since I have already unboxed this one, might as well just quickly talk about it one more time. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Aurelus, or Aurelius. Aurelius. I'm not sure how to pronounce it correctly, but hopefully by the end of the year I will be able to do it. But this is basically another Dragonoid variant from the actual Bakugan series. So very interesting that they're taking the Bakugan toy line and combining it into the Spin Master line through Dragonoid. They could make so many different Dragonoid variants because of that toy line that I hope that we see every year a new Bakugan Dragonoid variant. It came with its own gold wristband. It's the standard monstrum.com wristband, so no special molding for Bakugan Dragonoid, but this is the silver and gold Bakugan Dragonoid. Again, Aurelis or something, Dragonoid, as it's called in the actual Bakugan toy line. The Jurassic Tech Nitro Neon series. Another one that's a little iffy. Nitro Neons as a whole have not been the best so far up to this point. I really think that the line could do better without it. There could be a lot more Retro Rebels or other things that could be prioritized over the Nitro Neon series, but it does bring a couple cool trucks. This one is just not my favorite. The first thing I want to point out is that the paint color has changed to a light blue, like the real truck, so that's pretty cool that they changed it. Although you can't really see the paint color at all, they did change that color. So they still did that. That's pretty cool. And then looking on the front of the truck here, we have the beak color changed to a pure white instead of a cream white. I do prefer the cream white, however, like the real truck, which would have it on the horns as well. They should have done that instead of the white horns. This kind of looks pretty plain with the white horns. It would have had a little more character had it had the cream color on the horns, which I think I did suggest in person. I guess they just went full white beak with it this time instead to make it match better. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it looks pretty cool, but the horns in real life were a cream color, so it's a little inaccurate to have it, or it is inaccurate to have it this way. The rest of the body is exactly the same as the original. It just has the new chassis and new tires and rims. So nothing really special with Jurassic Tech either. Like I said before, Mix 9's not the best mix to introduce into 2020, but it does get better from here, I promise. We also have its own dark blue wristband with the standard MossGem and MossGem.com molding on it. So there is Jurassic Tech Nitro Neons. And then we have the Nitro Neons Oxinator, which I actually really do like. So far, it's actually my favorite of the Nitro Neon series that have been announced. We just got a picture of Dragon from the Nitro Neon series, and later this year we will be seeing a Gravedigger, but so far, the Oxinator has remained my top favorite of the Nitro Neons for 2020. So we're going to unbox this right now. And here it is, the Oxinator Nitro Neons. Another Nitro Neon for Mix 9, 2 in one case. That's kind of extreme, but here it is. Actually, my favorite of the Nitro Neons so far this year. Until we see Gravedigger revealed, I think this will be my favorite one out of the entire year. There's only 4, but this one might just be my favorite. It comes with a light blue wristband, the standard molding again, like Jurassic Attack, but it's definitely a different color. You can see the difference in color from Jurassic Attack, so that's pretty cool. And it also features a clear chassis. Check that out, a fully clear chassis that you can see through. I love those kinds of things. You guys know that I love transparent parts like that, so this is a really cool transparent chassis for Oxinator. And then you have a blue windshield, an overlooked detail on most reviews, a blue windshield in there, a blue roll cage, blue tires, and then some new marooned rims compared to the original release of Oxinator, which had slightly light red maroon kind of rims. These are a little bit darker on the brown side there. So you can see those. And that's pretty much all that's new with the Oxinator besides the new chassis. I do enjoy that detail. It's kind of like it's swimming in the ocean. The blue all around. Definitely a cool Nitro Neon. And then we have the Legacy Trucks Gravedigger. Again, thank you to Doug for sending this one in for review. It really helped me get this one. And this is the brand new Legacy Trucks Gravedigger. Every single Legacy truck this year will have BKT printing to help out our customizer community. We have had BKT printing previously on special editions and pretty much very focused towards the chase pieces, but now it has changed. Legacy trucks will feature BKTs, as will the ride truck chase pieces of 2020, but training trucks used to have all BKT printing, so that was pretty cool as well. And this Gravedigger is the first time we're receiving a normal Gravedigger with the flame wrapping besides the Danger Divas one, which were not real to a real truck, but these ones do match up to the actual Thunder Alley display truck that they had at the Thunder Alley roller coaster displays. So I really like this Gravedigger. It's probably one of my favorite ones they released so far. So let's unbox it right now. Oh, that actually came off way faster than I expected. So here is the Gravedigger Legacy Trucks. What an awesome display truck. This was actually a display truck at the Thunder Alley displays that traveled around the Midwestern United States. They actually had their own displays at roller coaster theme parks. Thunder Alley was the name, and they had a Gravedigger that looked just like this on display. I think it was number 7 or number 8. I can't remember specifically. I'm sorry, Gravedigger fans. It was one of those. It might not have even been that, but I think it is number 7 or number 8. And they gave it these BKT tires and gray rims. So this is the Thunder Alley edition, as I call it, for Gravedigger. And you may not have noticed, and it's kind of hard to tell, but they did increase decal quality with this truck compared to previous Gravediggers. I mean, previous Gravediggers have been pretty blurry. You can see the tombstones are pretty blurred in motion, kind of looking pretty hard to see, really fuzzy. At least the decals look a little more crisp on this one. It's not perfect, but they will continue to do decal corrections over time with quality. I know they're working on that hard. That's their number one priority, is getting the decals correct. But compared to the original Gravedigger, there is an overlooked detail that you may not have noticed, and this is a detail that they wanted to fix for a while and finally have issued a brand new casting for Gravedigger. Check out that passenger side door on the original Gravedigger casting from 2019. They actually fixed this, and I didn't notice it until recently. I knew they were going to do it, but I forgot they were going to do it. And you can see there is no longer a passenger side door on Gravedigger, only on the driver's side, which is a real feature of the real truck and not a feature of the real truck for passenger side doors. So they corrected Gravedigger, new casting for Gravedigger just to take off the door. Isn't that cool? That's awesome. In my mind, that's one of the coolest things and attention to detail that they've done so far. Everything else with this Gravedigger appears to be the same though. It is the first official normal Gravedigger, as we would call it, with flame wrapping. And also, they did add in the black circle around the headlights like the real truck features. So check that out. The black headlight sockets are finally there, a feature that people were requesting them to do, and they finally added on. So that's an awesome truck. Legacy Trucks Gravedigger, one of the best models of Gravedigger we've received so far. So here's the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior Series 9, starting right now. This is really an incredible truck. I can't wait to show you guys all the detail that's actually in the Mohawk here. But first I want to talk about decal quality. The decal quality has improved significantly on a Great Clips Mohawk Warrior this time around. The colors are vibrant, unlike the previous one, which had a little bit of fuzziness on the Great Clips. And in person, there's a difference, kind of. This is more of like a yellow tinted color for the Mohawk Warrior, actual face of George Belhan. So the difference is clear in person. I'm very happy with how they did the gray. See how it's kind of fuzzy here? It's kind of hard to see. They made the gray way better on this one for pinstriping. They've also sized up the hood decal, this is the original one here, to be around the entire hood like the real truck. The Great Clips logo looks a little bit off-centered. I wish they would fix that, so hopefully in the future they do. But this one is definitely centered and much clearer. So that's something to improve upon, but they got the entire pinstriping around the hood, which is really nice. And the front grille is still a silver decal to make a reflective style grille. Headlights are there as well. And then finally, we get to talk about this. This is the big thing. The hair has finally been retooled on Mohawk Warrior, something I told the team to do a lot, and I'm glad they finally listened to it. It's a big thing to collectors and also fans of Mohawk Warrior who were pointing this out, and they did retool it for 2020 and future years. So this is the accurate edition of the Mohawk Warrior hair. Originally in 2019, they gave us a double pack with the hair backwards. This makes no sense, although it was a great idea and creative. This makes no sense because Mohawks are usually gelled and hairsprayed into place. So the Mohawk Warrior's hair wouldn't be flying backwards anyway, unless he actually gelled it or hairsprayed it backwards. So it was a cool idea. I love the concept, but it really took away from the original release of Mohawk Warrior. So I'm glad that they decided to go away from that and give it the proper tooling that it deserved. Fire Mohawk Warrior already had a similar tooling, but it was the Fire Mohawk tooling, not the original. So here is the actual Mohawk tooling that they're using. They even got this little portion here, which is accurate to the real truck. On the real truck, if you look at the poster right here, see this smooth portion of the Mohawk? So this is the hair, and this smooth portion here, they actually translated that onto the truck on this molding. That's insane how micro detailed they went into this thing, and they even got some detail of the hair kind of flowing a little bit right here like the real truck where it kind of separates and stuff. And even the part where it doesn't meet the truck's roof like the real truck has, this little niche here where it doesn't go all the way down, isn't that insane? That's a crazy detail, and I'm really happy with the new Mohawk molding. This is probably one of the most accurate trucks they've released so far. I love the black rims, but I do hope for a variant with purple beadlocks in the future, not purple rims with purple beadlocks. So there's the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior for 2020. And by the way, it came with a purple wristband, normal monsterjam.com wristband, and Gravedigger. I forgot to show you guys Gravedigger. It actually has its own wristband format. It has the horizontal Gravedigger logo. It has the Moss Jam logo, the pinstriping triangles and the flames, and then the stacked curved logo as well. So Zombie was made. I think it's actually a pretty cool truck, and let's unbox it right now. And I want to thank Camden, Griffin, and Andy once again for sending this in. I really appreciate you guys helping me get this review going. So there's the Zombie, and here is the wristband. It is a standard wristband. I'm actually kind of surprised it's not a Zombie wristband, but here's the standard wristband, red color. One of the final Overcast trucks to make its debut before the Overcast series ends. Every single series that is decal related, such as Overcast, I guess you would include inverse trucks, will retire after 8 trucks of those are produced. Just to keep the line moving and fresh and new, they will be retiring those series just to prevent anything from continuing on way too long. So, Zombie, Overcast, they have muted all the colors except for the red color in the logo, the brain, and they have changed the eyeball color to be an orange red. And also, very hard to see, but the mouth has just a tiny bit of red, kind of maroon color left in there. And also the arms are a dark gray compared to our most recent Zombie, which is this one. You can see this, the arms are just a tad bit darker to match the Overcast theme. And here's the difference in this, the mouth here. The yellow teeth are now gray. The eyes are now changed drastically. All the blood is muted on the truck, which I do like. I like that they kept that red, all this extra red kind of muted. And then we have the brain, which is still a red color. The Zombie logo has been, looks like it's actually been sized down, or maybe not. The logo saturation has definitely been increased drastically on this truck. And the tailgate has the same thing here, muted colors on the clothes and this side. Dark gray chassis, light gray rims, and a black roll cage. Looks really awesome. And also I noticed the arms are actually way more rubbery than previous releases, which is pretty interesting. Actually, I don't want to rip them off, but you can see they are way more rubbery, like kind of like the real truck where they kind of bend in all directions. So that's pretty cool. And the original releases actually had kind of a solid arm. So that's interesting that they changed that. So here is the Max D. We're going to unbox it right now. And here it is, the final truck of the case, and by far my favorite truck of the entire series so far that they have released, which is the Max D World Finals 19 Encore truck. This is one that I actually got to see in person, and I do actually have a spike off it when Tom Meents came into the stands at Sandboy Stadium and handed it to me. So this means a lot to me just on that basis, but the fact that they went back in time and made it accurately is even more awesome. It's part of the World Finals series, which is actually really interesting to see an Encore truck in, and in the future I do hope that they do an Encore truck series, which would help kind of break away from the World Finals and offer more options for actual World Finals trucks instead of the Encore trucks of those times. But this is the Max D, as people call it, the Blackout. It's not the Blackout edition, it's inspired by that because the real life truck was, but this is actually the Black World Finals edition. You could tell because obviously it has silver in its decals like the real truck had, and they're actually, check that out, they're reflective. Isn't that insane? Reflective decals on this truck. Even the dark charcoal gray decals are reflective. The spikes are painted in. We have 11-time champion, which is accurate to the real life truck because at the time, 12-time champion was not a thing, unlike recent Maxi releases, which do have that. And then the matte black finish with the decals in glossy is insane. We have the face, which has some gray on it, on the speedometer, and the mouth has some gray. And if you look at this, they're actually really clear graphics. Tom Meents, Maximum Destruction there, Monstrum logo. The taillights, I'm not sure if they were silver in person or not. I can't remember, but there they are. And the Monstrum logo. And then the Max D logo and the white headlights. The only thing that's wrong with this truck is the fact that it does not have the chrome bead locks, which I really wish they would have done. They have them on the stunt truck release, but they didn't get them done for this. That's the only thing I can really complain about. And in the future, I hope they will have a Wilman chassis, which at that point, I would switch this onto a Wilman chassis if I get an extra one. But there's also a dark gray chassis in there, black roll cage, black tires, BKT printing for this specific truck, and just a beautiful model. Definitely one of the top trucks they've ever produced, and I'm very happy with the accuracy to the details of the real truck, which I got to see. And then we have the Max D bracelet, which is its own style. It has like these etching and metal effect on it. It has spikes, Monstrum logo, the Maximum Destruction logo right there. And then on this side, we actually have Maximus sticking through the wristband like the real truck right there. I want to thank everyone who contributed to this video. Jamie, Doug, and Andy, Camden and Griffin. You guys are all awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you, Spin Master, for supplying the other trucks. And I want to thank Natalie Weaver for buying me a Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Unfortunately, hers didn't reach my house in time for the review. I still want to thank her and her son for almost sending in one for review. I still really appreciate it. So until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. It's a Ryan Monstrum OCD signing out.